Oh, stop it.
Let's listen to Jeremy Hunt. The trouble is, if you leave it too late, these conditions can become established in a way that you might have to live with.
Good evening. What? Hello. Sorry about that. I got a little bit wound up in the car in the Iron Horse whilst travelling, and I need to convey something. I want to point out something. Is it just me, or did I really hear this? Yes. Right at the beginning. Please download that video. By the way, you have permission. It's public. It's public knowledge that we need to get this out there. If you're so interested, listen. I'd like to point out, first of all, I'm just going to play it, and I'm going to tell you what I think, okay? Let's go. Listen to Jeremy, right at the beginning, 000. Let's listen to Jeremy. Important, it says. Let's go.
Let's listen to Jeremy Hunt.
Stereo.
The trouble is, if you leave it too late, these conditions can become established in a way that you might have to live with for the rest of your life.
The trouble is, if you leave it too late, these conditions may become established in a way that you may have to live with for the rest of your life. So when I just heard that, and it's even on the subtitles there as well, even though it's blurred, but failure, Jeremy, NHS, Theresa May, United Kingdom's Parliament, principal trustees, generals, secretaries, departments, all of you shizens, the fact that you are running things to the dogs and ignoring the urgency of thousands of our man's problems, that's exactly an admission is what we call that, Jeremy. So thank you. Jeremy Hunt has just been on UK Radio 4 with Sally, I forget her name, and has just said, and I have proof of claim, that if you leave it too late, brothers and sisters, motherfuckers, and you'll live with it for the rest of your life. And you know what? If you leave it too late, Jeremy, some people are fucking killing themselves. They're jumping off. They're checking out. Yeah? It's like mental health. Mental health is one thing, but let me sidestep that a minute. Get your comments coming in. What about cancer? Soon as man sat down in here and I said to Anne-Marie, hello, I've been out all day. I've been in Sheffield. Been doing some hydrogen doctor business. I've just sold my first box. Just sold a box. I'm an agent. It's not my business. I'm not trading or anything yet, but research and development. Well done to Sheffield. Bam. We're talking over £2,000 sale. Man's first sale. So yeah, excellent. I'm full of high spirits. I was travelling back to my queen. Come back and give her the good news. Man's been busy, you know, connections are being made, and substance over form. I sat down. What did I see? On the square, one-eyed god there, on the fireplace. Macmillan. Right, as we're pulling down the trustees and the mental health, we're talking suicide, yeah, austerity, and just rip that video to shit. Share that video and just share what I've done. It doesn't matter. What I need to convey to you now is that Macmillan, you motherfuckers, yes, and all of you, cancer research, I've had enough, as you can tell. Man's popped. Yeah, I'm gonna be careful. I'm gonna walk the line. But there's cures for cancer, as you lot know. There's many cures for cancer. Let's talk engines. And as the American medical doctor from the Association of American Medical Associations and such things and boards and committees of, he left them and he said that he's aware that the current treatment with radio and chemotherapy is about 97% ineffective. It works 3% of the time. The only reason why a general practitioner who doesn't even want to see you. You can't even get an appointment with them. When you ring up the receptionist, they're like, oh yeah, what do you want? What's up with you? Well, I'd rather not tell you. It's my right to see a doctor. Can I see a doctor or a general practitioner? You manage to get yourself in there. Look at it. It's a joke. It's all a joke. So they will say, oh, you've got cancer, have you? Okay, no problem. And that's it. 10 grand in there, skyrocket. Your life, your man's life is reduced to a paycheck for a percentage of a service that is 97% not going to work. So if they told you that straight up, or you told your family members, by the way, yeah, I'm going to give you this, and they know it's not going to work. So why are Macmillan still advertising for shit things? This money, while you're running around baking cakes, or family members are doing the nice bit in life, which is to give, to be considerate, to show willing and consideration and love and support and understanding and unity, common unity, brethren. While we're doing that, also working 2 jobs and paying all the things that we're paying. We haven't really got time to do that. You're raising hundreds of thousands and millions for Macmillan and cancer, whatever, support, and all these little, projects and schemes and chemical drug-related researches that they've got going off here for man's, cancer fight. Well, how long have we been fighting cancer? I said on that video there in the car, whilst Jeremy Hunt and Sally were having a chat, that Jeremy mentioned that they need to look at how big obesity is within, our offspring, our property, the children as they call them. But there's been a government incentive running for about 40 years to try and make, promote the 5 a day, fruit and veg, what the institutions, namely the academies and the trusts, the schools, feed them, what diet they have, how much education, how much physical education they get. All of this is meant to be balanced, yeah? And he stood there saying, oh yes, and what we're going to do, what we'd like to do is get the teachers involved and get some new schemes in and assessment and interrogate the children and get them forced into adoption. Start looking for reasons to pull the mum and dad down that are already struggling as it is in an adversarial, fucked up society where everyone's considered a dead legal fucking entity. And you're telling me about mental health while I'm in the car, saying, oh yeah, well, society, this, that, the other. And it's really such a shame, Sally. This man doesn't know what it's like to want for medical care. These are public school boys, just like Boris. Boris, motherfucker, Boris, this is a plan. This is a nasty plan. It's a conniving little fucking plan that they're doing to us here to let the invasion of the European arm come in. I tell you now, man's not very angry, but now today I am. I've been pushed off my feet. I've had an excellent day, and the United Kingdom's fucking government, parliamentary, political fucking sidestepping, fractionalisation of man's actual fucking soul and intelligence has led me to this. Oh my days, it couldn't be any worse. Oh wait, it could be. Maybe somebody else has resigned from somewhere as well. David Davis. Oh, what? David? Yes, David's on the TV. David's on the YouTube. Oh, is this for real? Is it for real? Really? I'm really getting fucking wound up with it. Oh, we need to get together now. We put them there. Yes, Alias 69. We put them there. We can take them down. But without going out, setting fire, calling ourselves some crazy fucking faction with God knows what symbol to it, dressed in fuck knows what, going down doing whatever. We need to think, who are we and what are we? These are your answer to everything, to absolutely everything. The next thing is, the rest of that, and a bit of paper is the answer to salvation, your equitable asset. So who are you? Who are you? What are you? Do you know who and what you are? Someone was to ask you, what race are you? I'm a fucking human race, all right? That's what race I am. Yeah, God's chosen people are from fucking where? Oh right, Israel, Israel, ISIS, Ra, and El what? El the sun, El London, El Temple, is ISIS, Ra, Amun Ra, Amen Ra. It's all a joke. We are all God's chosen people, okay? If you must know, where I would look at it, and we are all from the promised land. The fact that Do you know what I mean? Our NHS system is shocking. We are the worst. We have the worst cases for cancer, the worst ones, Macmillan. Anybody who's a Macmillan representative or is helping Macmillan or any cancer, pink fucking label or anything like that, get real. Tell them. Let them watch this video. In the links, they will be coming the medical doctor who said, do you know what? I can't take this shit no more. You're actually murdering everybody, and there's quite amicable cures out there. If you've got any cures for cancer, stick them on. Go onto my playlists and here, Indiglo, and look at cancer cures. They're getting deleted, left, right and centre. Rick Simpson, cannabis oil for the skin cancer, very good. Alkaloid, lemon, this shit, distilled water. You know what I mean? No shit out the tap. A bit of a lemon, cut in half, doctor. Cost me what? 10 pence from fucking Asda. Do you know what I mean? Water, the world's fucking 80% of it. Plus that, drinking it. What the? You know what I mean? I'm sorry to swear and get angry, guys. I'm normally professional and I'm, you know, courteous and I'm ready and I'm sovereign. But you know what? I'm angry and there's nothing more to be said. I have to convey the frustration now because that is just a joke. It's just like them doing that to you all the time, and then when you go out to complain about it, you're unable to complain because that's exactly right. You are complaining because you don't know who you are and what you are, who you are. The creator as king, you are you know, the creditor, but you are confused and you are the debtor, and you are taking the public full liability. When you sign without any indemnification or putting 3 dots before, 3 dots after, or agent, authorised representative, things like that. So because man's mind's got so fragmented, distracted, working too much, you know, just everything, you know, sickness, working unnaturally. When you work, when you're in servitude, you shouldn't be doing 10 hours a day. Because think about it, when we was in the natural environment, before we all got pigeonholed and boxed, and that the girl saying when you become 18, it's game over. 1 minute you're 17, then overnight you become 18, the funding stops, you're no longer classed as such and such, you're now legal, yeah, nobody writes to you, there's no counsellor, you know what I mean, there's no like crossover point, it's just a soulless entity. It doesn't prepare any of us for anything, but yet it deems us responsible. Well, it's, you know, you just need to know that when somebody wants you to sign, they want you to sign because it's a trick. That's simply it. You're handing over a title. You are exchanging titles. We would say it's a contract, but we know that contracts are not contracts when it's a soulless entity. Fact. So it will be an agreement. You will be entering into some kind of trust, or as I've pointed out in my recent videos, I hope you liked them. It took a lot of effort and fried my brain, to be fair, but because we've got, you know, peace and love for you, and we need you to know this. This is a sacred contract. This isn't about egos. This isn't about thousands of pounds. Yes, we've got a website. Yes, we like to have a chat and interact and have hangouts and make videos and print t-shirts and hold conferences, and yeah, that's because we're allowed to. You know, that's the pursuit of happiness. That's the conscious decision of a collective of like-minded souls, rather than drones just walking zombies outside the Walking Dead. You know, it's sad, but these public officials now in the you know, agents of in the offices acting as wards of the state in a non-sovereign capacity, sworn in, you know, after speaking auricular text verbiages, assertions, oaths and things like that, you know, to their society. They're all ex-public fucking schoolboys having a laugh with us. You know, it's a big game to them. Do you not think that Tony Blair and Boris Johnson and such and such and such and such aren't all having a good old laugh? You know, hey, what shall we do now? What shall I do to Theresa? You know, what can I do? And yeah, she thinks, you know what? Yes, and I think David Davis is going to do it the same day. Yes, not a coincidence. No, we're fucking them. Yes, and okay, yes, no problem. Okay, and it's all cloaks and daggers, man. This is shit. We could be better off sacking them all. We'll invent a system and we'll just use one of them. All that money saved from these politicians, that's it. I was talking to some brothers and sisters privately this morning as it happens, and I said it's time we chop these guys down. Yeah, we take them out. If we've appointed them the power, we take it away. So how do we take it away? By you understanding that the only way you take it away is by not using and admitting to being a person. By that I mean your date of birth, surname, and so forth. Your full name is your given name, point blank. That is it. What's my full name? My full name is David. What's my friend Matthew's full name? His full name is Matthew. That's it. What's your date of birth? My date of birth is hearsay. I don't have a date of birth. What are you asking me for a date of birth for? What do you think I am? You know what I mean? I'm David, yeah? You want David of Sheffield, David of Derby, DJ, Jeremita, if you want to know. DJ, that's just, screen public title that you claim. TJ being the title, Jeremita, the label, the identification to that. Knowingly doing such. But Disco Dave, that's who I am, what do you want my date of birth for? And surname and shit like that, You're telling me that there's no money. Alright, there's no money for anything, Jeremy. There's no money for anything. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. Yes, there is money. There's loads of it. There's estates. There's private estates, and they won't give it to you unless you claim it. Everything's gone into the private. Just like municipal services and things like that. Everything that the man's earned, your bloodline, your lineage has earned. The Coles, Sheffield, Barnsley, working down them coal pits, yeah, driving that commerce, getting that coal out, pumping them generators, pumping them furnaces, getting that commerce working. Nobody else there in parliamentary or judicial capacity. There's only the coal mines and the bosses and the managers and the whole system working, which is us. There's none of these fuckers anywhere. You don't see them when you go to Asda. You don't bump into them when you're in, Aldi or wherever it is, Lidl, and the last bottle of water, and you're like fighting with the CEO of fucking whatever. You're not going to see him. You never find him. You never find anybody of stature or high society or someone who's a pillar and an example of, because they have their own society and we have ours. And our society, I'm watching being throttled, denied right, trustees, dereliction of duties, and now to say that there's austerity, there is austerity because we're using public access, public routes. We're looking for public, we're using statutory public systems, and they give us other systems, and we need you to know there are private systems. It's not crazy, you know what I mean? I told you, look at the Miami federal courthouse in Florida. Is it Miami, Florida? Is this right? I'm not even thinking. Go and just go that. Get me an image. Boat, yes, courthouse, boat. The fuckers are laughing at you. They're putting it there. They're telling you, if you're not seeing it and you're walking around like a zombie, then you deserve to get fucking slaughtered and chopped and double tapped. You know what I mean? It's like, we'll only knock so many times. So if you do give a shit and you want to know what to do, then that's it. I'm going to get to your comments now. Private, thumbprint. You can sign. When you sign, you put set law before your signature. The autograph in that case then, the set law. And you're acting in the equitable terms there. And that's in personam. So only a man can invoke equity, not a corporate, fucking public, all caps fiction for a star. So that sets you off straight away. The word set law and a signature when it's something to do with finance, for an example. I'm not going there now with A for V and endorsement, but that kind of a thing. If you just sign it and it's a form, then you've submitted. What happens in wrestling? What do? You tap out, you submit. You're twisting my arm, so you submit, you tap out, you submit. Oh, I'm sorry, I submit. Yes, you are submitting your rights. You are submitting an application for something. They're fucking with us, they really are. And if I've got like this, then there's going to be a lot more angry guys out there that won't come out in the kitchen. Like, I know this looks a bit crazy and it's a bit, out there, but they won't all do this. Some people will go out, man will go out, and he will, they'll push us to that. The new world order will come out of chaos. And we will watch it unfold before our very eyes, and we will also be the ones to pay 30% extra to have the privilege to die by a death of 1,000 paper cuts and denied rights, privileges, hospitals, nurses, trusts, benefits and entitlements is what they're giving you. Yeah, and it's your rights is what you're after. You have rights and you can claim them, and if anybody denies you of your rights, you know what to do, don't you? You know exactly what to do. So Yes, I, brothers and sisters, Albert 900, Stu, FP, P, sorry, 69. I'm calm now. I just needed to get that out of me. It just flows. You know what I mean? It has to come out like that, and then we can reflect after. I'm good now. It's gone. I need a punch bag sometimes. You know, I'm sure we all do. I'm trying, to discipline myself and find inner peace. With God's help, with the Creator's help, I will conquer this affliction. Wow, look at that. That's a lot of random letters, but it does actually make sense, Stuart. Brother, yes, aye. 4 sleeps until the event. Yes, I'm doing some updates tomorrow. I'll be up early tomorrow, Stuart. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, it's Monday. We're having the conference in the field. It's looking very, very good. Whichever man or woman came up with the Cancer Act 1939. Yeah, well said, 69. Yes, I. Whichever. Well, we can hazard guesses, can't we? Public. It's a public issue. It's a public act, yes? So the whole world is a stage. The whole world is a stage, and you're an actor on that stage. But now you know, man doesn't act. We get one shot, one run. Do not miss your chance to. Sounding like Eminem 8 Mile, but you do. Pirates, Plunder, the video updates that I've done for you. It's all in the courts, nastiness, deception. Baron, aye, nice one. All right, brother. Israel, the name of the realm, not a country. Ah, well, yeah, all right, yeah, realm. Yeah, I was ranting FPV, so yeah, you can sustained is how we put that. Then yeah, sustained, my brother. Let it out. I'm with you. Rant on. Yeah, it's exactly what it was. See, I admit that. Alamigo. Being pushed to my limits of late with my. Yeah, well, the system. We say the system is corrupt, and I'll be the first to say it appears that it is. But if there wasn't a way of getting justice and some kind of remedy from this system, then I'd be the first one to say, yeah, the system is corrupt. But there are ways. We just weren't shown them. There was non-disclosed to us, and written in fucking Latin and languages that we didn't understand, and basically the Great Fire of London was going off when the CQV went down, and don't forget there was the plague as well. Rothschilds, bonds, 1800s, what they did, what they acquired, what happened there, the involvement of such nasty, slimy, little fucking evil bastards. That's what I'll call them. That's what they are. You know what's happened with the finance and that. We should not stand for this. Man should not stand for this. Our forefathers should not stand for this. But when man doesn't know what they've done to you, and us, is given us the fear of repercussions of a what? Of a civil fucking complaint, of what? A distress warrant. Well, where's the crime? I'll tell you where the crime is. The crime is against man. Man don't even know what fucking realm he's on. Flat, round, fucking electrical, simulation theory. It's you invent a judiciary that you tell me that I've got to go to get access to my blood. I go there to get access to my blood. You give me this fucking weirdo in a wig that's talking another fucking language that I don't understand, that I have to pay a lot of money for, that are sitting in this court saying prayers, thinking I hope this female judge doesn't hate all men because I really love my fucking family, and it's not my fault it's split up, but now I've got to go through this legal realm, and we have to go through all of that. Nobody tells you shit. That blood's mine. I created that blood, not that fucking judiciary, judge, robe, or anybody. No one's got rights to that except man, and they don't tell you that. And I couldn't say that without getting an attorney in law or something, a representative, a barrister, and they made a mockery of me. They took the money, they took the time. I had to jump through all the hoops. It's just a joke. Do you know what I mean? For that's another crime there. Those are actual crimes of which I could hold mans accountable for. But it's that slippery and nasty. So it's deceptive. There is ways out of it, but we haven't done no crimes, and we're not about to commit any crimes. And the crimes that have been committed that we can now prove are crimes to man in a massive, major capacity. It is disgusting. It's when people when they say it's a heinous crime, in history and stuff. And this is actually broadcast, and this cracks out there when mass consensus, when the mass consensus consciousness is grasped of this, you know, cognizes what the hell we're on with here, not just the flatness and the, you know, the geocentric, heliocentric, you know, conflict and denial and the politics and everything else, without the banking, the finance, the military, then the fucking Vatican and these master trusts and the trusts within, then the judiciary and what they're doing there and the languages. Where are we? Where the hell are we? Somebody let me know. Campfire chat, anyone? It's a late night morning rant, I'm afraid. We have to keep trying, Michael. Give up with that. Some persons will always be asleep. Yeah. Whole world is a trust. That's why about those. He's got the whole world's got his hands. Yeah. Easy, guys. Thank you. Yes, we've got about, I'm thinking, on the region of 15 to 20 now. There's definitely 14 plus sold, and there are others going to be. You know, it's not like we're having a massive rave or anything. We've been given the luxury of having some private land, and you know, arranging an annual conference and a little bit of a get together. So I'll give you an update tomorrow on that. But thank you, peace and love for them efforts. We used to organise raves in where was it now? Nuneaton. Let me think. Rugby, Coventry. We've also done some in Derbyshire, been part of the Northern Techno Alliance, going out in Derbyshire doing free raves there. Big shout to Niles from Sheffield, not seen man for a long time. He's never going to watch this, he might do randomly, you never know, but yeah, I've done stuff abroad and organised events and that, so this isn't something, you know, that is new to us. It's something that is our right, our heritage. We used to sit around campfires and we used to interact and get to know each other, pass remedies, tell our vision. So in television, we would tell our brothers about our visions from our minds and from the fire, and like the Cherokees and the shaman and the elders and stuff like that. You guys know. This is the intrinsic part of man that we've lost. This is the intrinsic part of our, you know, mind, body and soul trifactor. No matter what your religion, as long as you have goodness about you, it doesn't matter who you pray to, what church you think. You know, we even found that as a collective, as a private bunch of men from the womb, or womb men, that have respect, an amount of intelligence, you know, of worth that's enough to hold your own. That's it. Not some higher advanced intelligence, just who you are, what you are. And if you know that your rights end where mine begin and my rights end where yours begin, we're going to get on fucking fine. Whether you've got a turban, a dot, you know, you pray to it this way when you go there, or you don't pray, or you have to go to certain over there, you know, you have to even eat certain foods, or you have to take a diet, or you have to do this, or you have to go on a pilgrimage. This is what I mean. It's like, sometimes, yeah, it is a bit in your face and religion is conflicting and whatever, but you know, that's what I was trying to say earlier. I wasn't trying to say that you know, I was just trying to put stuff out there, like, you know, Israel, what they'd say about this, what it is all about, how the politics and the religions are focused like that, and how they focus us on this. Well, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. What I'm trying to say is that common unity is far superior than you know, what construct you may have about how we should be and how we should act, and that if you're not of a certain faith, then you don't deserve salvation, or if you're of a certain position, you don't deserve respect, or that if you don't have any legal you know, understanding, then you must you know, you must be thrown to the lions, you know, thrown the Christians to the lions, be converted to Christianity or die by the sword, you know, the Crusades and everything like that. It's a battle now. There's a battle going off. The ships are here. He's just said it. Jeremy Hunt said a lot of damning things on that. And if I wasn't trying to like help somebody get a GP, and I wasn't at the corporate director's business regional office in London for the, you know, I've written to Simon Stevens and I've laid down the letter before the claim to say failure, trustees, what they're doing, agents. I've sent the Northwest, I think it's Northwest London, NHS complaints manager a phone call of Dr. Keane telling me that whilst I'm trying to book in somebody for, care, he doesn't care. He doesn't care that about this man's care. And I said, I beg your pardon, what do you mean there, doctor? You don't what? And he says, he didn't care, and he hung up, so I rang him back, and he's not answering. So I'm like, I did tell him at the beginning of the call who I was, and that it's recorded, and who was present, and he said fine. And then later on, after some minutes, the doctor hung up after saying he did not care. So I'm like, yo, look at this, your man's done this, what you doing? Man went on holiday for a week, and I'm like, whoa, this is just insane. So, well, who's going to help? So I went, we'll fire it off to Steve Barclay, we'll fire it off to Esther McVeigh, maybe we'll fire it off to Simon Stevens, the Chief Executive of the Primary Service Care Provider Trust, which is the NHS England, directorate, corporate body of London. Wow, so yeah, we'll chase it and we'll push it. We've got admissions there from, like I say, let's go circle back round to the front. We've got admissions from Mr. Hunt, who said that if these things aren't treated straight away and addressed, then you will have to learn to live with them. You will be born, you will be scarred, and you will carry that scar, yeah? So unfortunately, for these guys, they can't help you, and he's even said things like, you don't have to wait too long. What the fuck? In the end, what do you mean in the end? Whose end? Ours end? The system's end? Who's got, the Rayner report, that asset managers, it's an asset strippers guide, handbook, that report on what they're doing, the austerity, the fact they call you people, and the way they treat you with contempt. I'm getting insulted for the rest of them now, and the rest of them aren't aware of what is happening. So that's my rant over. Yeah, thank you. I feel a lot better, and it's only 11:30. I've had an excellent day. I've done a sale in Sheffield, so yeah, thank you to that private man. I went to school with him, to be fair, and Matthew from Sheffield has helped link this up. So family again, it's not what you know, it's who you know. I've become an agent. I'm acting as an agent for all those that may wonder, what am I doing and how have I got my future mapped out. Then research and development with the hydrogen. Working for the trust. This is my position, a sacred contract, and no longer being chewed up and spat out. If it turns out that this is not a viable option, then I will have to rethink my steps. But for the time being, Cloydal Silverwater, the donations for that, the .com, the private domain, and I need to sort the bit of trust out on that side, but it's almost done now, so we are on the verge of that, the claim of right and so forth that we're doing notices this week. There's lots happening, guys. We're getting some more courses out for you. Please watch the video that I uploaded, that I put in Facebook last night, the document that I read out. I need to read that and edit that. I'll upload that to the .com and Facebook. So that was with regards to the video I uploaded. It might be on SPL's Pro. Did I put it on Indie or SPL's Pro? There's that much going off, I can't even remember what I did. And yeah, I need to get more sleep. That's another thing. And whilst I'm travelling in future, I perhaps won't listen to the wireless, just infuriates me. So yeah, status, standing, agencies, capacities, judges, court. So the thumbnail is on SPL's Pro. It's got your lion there. It's part of your training course, all right. So this is part of, it's free, so that's why it's going on YouTube, so you can see what type of content and quality. If you think this is wrong, by all means correct it. I don't claim to be perfect. This isn't legal advice. This is just private tuition, private education. You choose to come here and view and listen and show love and respect, and you'll get it back. So it's a 2 hour and 2 minutes. The ramblings of me sat in the red chair. Let's give you, if you haven't seen it, it's like this. This is how the debts are paid, and what they do is they get people to enter upon the ship, and by doing so you are entering into a contract with the captain. Yes, the captain in the gold. Yeah. Judges, courts, and you've seen the other one. That one, that took me a lot. There was another one about the architect and design and the Matrix Decoded. You need to watch that. And then, yeah, the document to that video that I'm on about there will be uploaded soon. And then I'll keep giving you, even though if I move to the private pretty soon, I'll still keep giving you the free updates for those foundation courses. The next level courses up will be merit and then special. I'm no longer going to be power of attorney or acting in any kind of legal, lawful capability going forward. I would like to just primarily teach and shepherd or something like that, and work with Sovereign Smith. Me and Smithy would like to get our heads together and get something something effective done, and see what, you know, the future pans out there. So what else was I going to say? Something random. Got some land on a swap. Title deed landowner is Anne-Marie, and she's got land, 2 fields in Magyar, Hungary. One field has got electric, water, everything you need to build a house or property on it. Nice weather, flat lands, very flat, very vast. So I said to her, well, rather than just sell the fields in Hungary to Hungarians and in the Hungarian community and commerce, I said I'll try and find if there's any interest in England, and we want some land. So I want to acquire some sovereign land, obviously, and it'll be such things as, you know, this is Anne-Marie. I says, even if it's got an old farm that's derelict or some building on it that needs working, we'll put the shout out, and we'll get the land, and we'll get some of the family down, and we'll all just chip in and sort it out. Like, you know, we'll not move in and we'll sort the deeds out and signatures. Who can do that? We can. Who can do it honourably? We can. So lands, titles swapped over. And we'd like to look at the potential of, yeah, that. Obviously we're talking private, it's a private agreement literally, and we'll see what the potentials are. If not, they'll just get sold. I just said, let me ask the family, see what the response is. There's a possibility. Let me go back up, catch up, and then we're going, because I am really tired, guys, as you can tell. And yeah, I've got the fury out now. Here we go. Campfire, we got there. We have to keep trying here. It is frustrating, Michael. Yes, you are right. Tracy, hello. Easy sister. 900's laughing. Midnight. Hey. All right, brother. Barker, nice one. How we doing? Do love a rant. Yeah, it needs to be done, doesn't it? Sometimes though. You watch that video I've just done in the Iron Horse whilst travelling. Yes. That's some sarcastic shit right there. I don't, you know, I can be quite. I might start listening to the Wireless at certain broadcasts, and when they've ranted their shit and bullshit and just verbatim, you know, monologue drone stuff they're told to repeat and say the script. Then I'll interpret that of what they've said, like I did with Jeremy and Sally on Radio 4 just now. And to get around any copyright infringement claims, what's happened there was, whilst I was travelling, I was just about to make a video. I said via voice control for the video function to come on, I was going to make a voice note, and it just so happened that I got distracted by the radio. I was like, hey up, what was that? You saying what? And so I didn't do my voice note, and I was like, I'm leaving this. I'm just going to record it, give it to the family. It's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. You've got 2 to Trapped in a Room 101. You've got 2 to catch up on. I did want to ask you something as well and talk to you actually, but I'll catch up with you tomorrow. All right, don't worry, it's nothing serious, just something I wanted to ask. But yeah, catch up with my videos then, please. The one yesterday, standing incapacity, is really serious. This video I've put for you on SPL's Pro. That one is got any civil claim laid upon your legal person. This will deflect it more or less 80%. I've given you the full capability in that 2 hours and 2 minutes there, and that's on Indiglo. Like I said, the one with the lion where I sat in the red chair. 51 views. Thank you to all the guys that have subscribed to that SPL's Pro on YouTube. So if you haven't seen Yeah, I've subscribed to quite a few of you guys. When you comment on here, I go, when the video's finished, I'll go off and click on all your names if I haven't already resubscribed to you. So you'll be getting subs from me. And you need to go to SPLS space PRO on Tube, and then we'll use this channel for me to do such outbursts as, and come on and you know, do that as in David, the man, David, me. God, it's confusing. It's not confusing, but you know what I mean. Just keeping it. But yeah, thank you guys. Lots of love. I'm gonna go and collapse. I'm up tomorrow. I'm in the trust. I'm on the case. I'll be in touch with everybody that I need to be in touch with. And I need to sort these claims of rights out. I need to start moving. So yeah, thank you all. We'll catch up soon. Peace, love and light. That's my I feel calm now. Let's do this. Thank you guys. See you later.